Hello everyone, I all hope you had a very wonderful day and a very beautiful day indeed, guys. I'm exactly shooting again because the sound wasn't exactly on this time, so I'm exactly doing it once again exactly. Let's hope I'm able to exactly shoot again. Okay, guys, today we're here to talk about Shadow, about Master Shadow, who is exactly a supervillain and also a powerful member of another ancient secret society of supervillains known as the Order of the Five, that decides the fate of humanity and the rest of the sacred universe, that wants to rule the sacred universe and also the sacred world as well in the process. So we can exactly get to it. In Master Shadow's early, in ancient times, Master Shadow was able to exactly meet up with the goddess of life, with Dark Ren, with also with Dark Light and Shadow Fox, with Shadow Fox, Dark Light, Shadow Fox, able to exactly meet up with these four supervillains on ancient times in order to discuss their plans and also their ingenuity. They decided together that they have to come together in order to form a group, in order to form a group that's more powerful and more ancient, known as the Order of the Five, which the Goddess of Life exactly called it that way exactly, which they all successfully agreed to it, and they all exactly agreed to it completely. So did Shadow Master. Shadow Master exactly told the members of the Order of the Five that they exactly have to soon extending invitations to the other super criminals and powerful criminals in order to monitoring the original Lord of Magic's power and control over the Shadow Empire, over other worlds and over other civilization in the process as well, which could exactly benefit them in many ways. The Master Shadow exactly met up with Lord Norton Knight Jackson at the time, and he told them that he'll be exactly departing ways with the Order of the Five. But Master Shadow exactly told Norton Lord Knight Jackson that the services and the resources of the Order of the Five will exactly be hereby used and also be able exactly be always be used by you and also be gratefully be able to be active to be used by you. And Lord Knight Jackson exactly agreed by shaking hands with Master Shadow, stating to him that so is the resources of the coordinator that they'll forever hereby exactly be in service of the Order of the Five as well, and that will exactly aid each other on their respective missions and also their respective conquests as well, which are successfully agreed. During at that time, Master Shadow exactly extended invitations to other powerful criminals such as the Norton Knight, Ghost Boy, such as Norton Knight, Ghost Boy, Golden Knight, and Red Knight, and other powerful criminals as well. During at that time, Master Shadow exactly conquered an entire island and place it under his sole control able to exactly rule from it, and where he was able to command the Newton Knight Empire in order to exactly bring it back under his control, and telling the people that they are here by serving the Order of the Five and are also working for the Order of the Five. The Northern Knights assassin completely agreed with Master Shadow, as are hereby exactly working on the behalf of the Order of the Five as well, and that will forever completely do so and continue to do so forevermore exactly. And Master Shadow was completely pleased and very quietly, gratefully, very enlightened with this, as in very completely enlightened with this completely. On the 1st of January, the members of the Order of the Five exactly held up a video conference, a video audience conference, when one of the Dark Druids exactly told them that the Universal Heroes have completely escaped with all their technology and all their resources. When Darklight exactly reassured the Dark Druid, and when Darklight was able to reassure the Dark Druid that everything else is in order and going according to plan the way it's intended to be, without any other further disturbance. On the 10th of January, one of the Shadow Empire Warlord commander told the members of the Order of the Five, while exactly having to receive audience with the members of the Order of the Five, stated to them that all their technologies and everything and their worldly possessions was exactly taken and stolen by the Universal Heroes, and during the operation as well as their plans. Also, Master Shadow exactly reassured the Shadow Empire Warlord and commanded that all their technologies and everything else within them have successfully been taken, and everything else within them have successfully been taken care of, and that the plan is quietly going the way it's intended to be, without any other further interruptions as well during at that time as well. On the 1st of February, Stillface exactly held up a video audience with the members of the Order of the Five, by presenting them a badge of shadow energy and telling them that he couldn't exactly retrieve more of the shadow energy and all of its stuff due to the interference of the universal heroes and of the universal heroes and of the united heroes, that they were able to exactly badly disrupt the delivery system and everything else, but he couldn't exactly secure the badge. That was unable to successfully take it in completely. Dark Light exactly reassured Stillface that everything else is in order and that the enemy interference of the interference of the enemy is the interference of the universal heroes is now enemy interference, and that they fully have to be taken down completely, meaning effective and immediately. That they are now enemy interference. On the 10th of February, Stillface exactly presented to them a crystal that exactly regenerated from the battle, and that was exactly born out from a battle against the Universal Water Heroes during at that time. And Darklight was completely pleased and very quietly proud that everything else is going in order the way it's intended to be, and it's time for them to successfully begin the operation as well. And Master Shadow was quietly present within a video conference, within a video conference audience at that time as well. On the 15th of February, Shadow Master met up with the two Noted Knights assassin, telling them that everything else is going according to plan by taking care of of the Formation Hunter console and by purposely wiping them out and moving them out of the way, will exactly go in a very much a long way, unaware that he was completely watched by another member of the Universal Heroes known as Newborn, who was completely following the two Noted Knights assassin until Master Shadow picked up on him, said to him that they have to successfully deal with the assassin and completely remove the hero away. The two Noted Knights assassin battled against a member of the Universal Heroes until Master Shadow completely disappeared into the shadows as well. Into the shadows as well. On the 1st of March, the members of the Order of the Five seized control over the asteroid base of the United Heroes when Master Shadow, Dark Light, and Shadow Fox exactly explained their motives to the Intergalactic Coalition members, stated to them that they'll become the sole rulers of the cosmos and that they'll exactly rule the entire known universe and the rest of sacred existence with an iron fist by any and all means necessary, that everything else will fall under their sole control as well. Shadow Master exactly told Darklight it's time for them to exactly escape when the Universal Heroes have quietly battled their gods and their forces, telling them it's time for them to successfully retreat and also to move away completely. They will exactly fight them again in due time, but their plans are quietly in operation and everything else is quietly going according to plan the way it's intended to be. Darklight completely created a portal and teleported themselves and teleported and altered and exactly gave them the chance for them to successfully escape as well during at that time. On the 10th of March, Darklight exactly held up a video conference with the members of the Order of the Five, where he was completely able to congratulate the operative, stated that they'd done a very good work and a very good job and everything else, and that everything else is going according to plan the way it's intended to be, without anything else being disturbed or anything else being ruining from the other side, and that everything else will be looking bad. And underestimating the Universal Heroes or anything else like that can never exactly happen ever before, and never exactly taking them lightly. And Master Shadow was quietly present within the video conference at that time as well. On the 15th of March, the members of the Order of the Five held up another video audience with a enforcer known as Stillface, where Darklight was able to exactly thankfully thank Stillface for his resources and for his services, completely saying that the Order of the Five will completely exactly thank him for his resources and that they hereby gratefully exactly indebted to his resources and that they will forever exactly need them by any means necessary. And Stillface was quietly impressed and very quietly happy that his resources and that his services and his resources and his work has been recognized by the members of the Order of the Five, and was completely pleased. And Master Shadow was quietly present within the video audience as well at that time. On the 20th of March, Master Shadow exactly met up with a group of warlords and also generals and also commanders of other worlds and other worldly empires and other civilization, telling them that it is time for them to exactly begin the implementing attack and the invasion on the other worlds and the other civilization, in order for them to fully tighten their grip on the known universe and the other civilization as well in the process, which they were successfully able to agree on that matter. On the 1st of April, the an army of armada and warships exactly went straightly to invade other worlds and other planets. As the intergalactic coalition intercepted them, the battle lasted for days and for days and for months and for days and for days and weeks and for weeks until the month ended, until the entire month ended. The intergalactic coalition and the sacred heroes were very quietly good at their job in apprehending the enemy and taking them all into custody and sending them straightly into the astral prison for them to successfully remain there. A prison designed to house super criminals and super villains and also rogue and powerful dark magic users as well. Master Shadow realized that the intergalactic coalition has becoming quietly too adoptive of the becoming has become quietly too adoptive of the has becoming quietly too adoptive of the appearance and also able to learn that they've been exactly tabbing and also exactly been monitoring the Armada's appearance and also his full appearance as well, learning that the enemy is becoming quietly too powerful and too dangerous, meaning that they can never successfully exactly underestimate the enemy ever again, or not exactly ultimately taking them down. During at that time on the first 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 of April on the first of April, yes, on the first of April exactly, not exactly on the 1st of April. Yeah, definitely on the 1st of April. The Shadow Empire warlords and commanders exactly met up with Master Shadow, telling him that they will supply the Order of the Five with more destructive technology and more powerful technology than ever before as part of their deal and agreement in order for them to supply them more worlds and more planet and placing them under the sole control of the Order of the Five. And Master Shadow was completely agreed. Master Shadow was very completely happy and very completely happy and very completely enlightened with this discovery, as in very completely enlightened with this discovery, very completely. On the 10th of April, Master Shadow continued to meditating on his sacred fortress island, able to exactly meditate for too long, as one note tonight, assassin exactly appeared before him, telling him that the warlords and generals and leaders of the otherworldly nations and empires have exactly arrived. Master Shadow exactly able to listen to the input of all the other worldly leaders and commanders input in invading other worlds and strategic worlds, invading other worlds and planets and civilization, as he told them that everything else is going according to plan, the ways needed to be, and that everything else can exactly be ruined, especially underestimating the universal heroes. The warlord from the other worlds exactly told him that the new Lord of Magic is quietly rising in power and forming his new empire behind the shadows and behind the scenes, and is recruiting powerful associates and powerful super criminals and super villains as well, forming his ancient and powerful secret society of supervillains known as the Order of Power, that's willing to exactly wipe out and exterminate the supernaturals and the aliens and on the aliens and superhumans in the process of their goals. Master Shadow exactly was completely surprised that and completely frightened and surprised by the new existence of the new Lord of Magic, discovering that the power vacuum within the Shadow Empire that has already been created, forcing every Shadow Empire Warlord Commander to fight amongst each other and to destroy amongst each other. He realized that the Order of the Five can exactly benefit from this war and also from this chaos, which could exactly benefit them in many numerous ways as well. On the 1st of May, Master Shadow attended a video conference with the members of the Order of the Five, where he was able to exactly reassure them that everything else is in order and everything else is quietly in order and in place. Where Golden Knight exactly able to tell him that his operatives and agents are wreaking havoc and chaos on other worlds and other civilization, and that they continue to furtherly do so in order to destabilize the Intergalactic Coalition's work and also plans. As well as Red Knight told him that his influence and manipulation through the Intergalactic Coalition's council members and Formation under council members is quietly working according to plan, and that everything else will be taken highlightly into plan and into going into plan accordingly, and that his spy and his operative is quietly put in place for the next phase of the plan and for everything else. And Shadow Master was quietly pleased and very happy with this development, and then everything else is going according to plan the way it's intended to be. On the 10th of May, Shadow Master exactly met up with half a group of the other warlords and generals and leaders of the other worldly empires, and exactly told them that they have to exactly stand down in order to invading other worlds and other civilization, rather supply the Order of the Five with endless battle cruisers and warships and airships and air balloons in order for the Order of the Five to have more to have an army and armada at their back and call for backup and also for reinforcements. the other warlords and generals and commanders successfully agreed that they'll continue supplying the Order of the Five with more powerful battle cruisers and more ships and warships and battle cruisers and armadas at their beck and call, and for them to successfully use them when the time is quietly right. And Shadow Master and Master Shadow was completely pleased and very quietly happy that everything else is going according to plan the way it's intended to be, without any other disturbance. On the 1st of June, Master Shadow attended a meeting of the members of the Order of the Five on an ancient and powerful crystal temple, where was able to exactly reassure the members of the Order of the Five that everything else is quietly going according to plan the way it's intended to be. The Goddess of Life was able to exactly reappear, telling that the members of the Order of the Five that the Star Empire and the Shadow Empire, looking at an all-out war for sole control over the sacred universe and over the sacred world, that they could exactly do whatever it takes in order to place the known universe under their sole control, which could exactly benefit the war, which they could exactly benefit from the conflict, and also from the hidden conflict and from the hidden worlds and from the hidden civilization that could exactly be able to be placed under their sole control, secretly under their sole control as well. And Master Shadow was completely very happy and very completely enlightened with this discovery that the Shadow Empire, under the current leadership of another secret society of supervillains known as the Dark Order, that is quietly founded and led by Red Bolt, that is quietly willing to wage war with the Star Empire for sole control over the sacred universe and over the Star Universe, that they could exactly benefit from this war and from the war, and also from the clashing of the other empires, and also from the clashing of the other empires, that the Order of the Five can become the sole rulers of the cosmos and of the known universe in the process as well. On the 15th of June, Shadow Master was able to exactly hear the news of that, hearing a very terrifying news that an ancient, powerful evil known as the Fallen will soon exactly return, as his followers are exactly planning to make sure that he returns, and that he could exactly put an end to the war, or could exactly either annihilate all the supernaturals and aliens and superhumans in the process. And Shadow Master was completely very quietly intrigued and very quietly happy that this ancient supervillain known as the Fallen, that his dark and powerful formidable empire would exactly return from the dark universe and wipe out the supernaturals and the aliens and the universal heroes in the process, so that the Order of the Five can become the sole rulers of the cosmos, and that they could exactly benefit from this war. And he was completely reluctantly pleased, as in very completely reluctantly pleased. He remained within his fortress of his island fortress for month after month, until the 1st of August, where he exactly able to attend a video conference with the members of the Order of the Five, telling them that the return of the Fallen could exactly benefit them in many numerous ways, and they could use the Fallen as a weapon in order to conquer more worlds and more civilization and place them under their sole control. And also Darklight was quietly completely pleased and very happy that the Fallen could exactly work that the Fallen could exactly be a useful weapon under their sole control and in under their sole advanceable control, meaning that they could exactly benefit from the Fallen being under their sole control, which could exactly restore order and render order moot, and the balance of power could exactly shift rapidly, and placing it under the sole control of the Order of the Five as well. And Master Shadow was completely very happy and very, very good with this. On the 10th of August, Master Shadow met up with the other warlords and generals and leaders of the other worldly empires, exactly reassuring them that everything else is in place and in order, and that nothing else could disturb exactly what's being set in motion, and everything else is being scheduled. And the other warlords and commanders and leaders and generals of the other worldly empires exactly agree that everything else is quietly set in motion, in order, and in schedule the way it's intended to be, and that the universal heroes and the united heroes will exactly use their abilities and their power to cripple the Shadow Empire and remove Red Bolt out of power, and stopping an all-out war before it exactly takes place. And Master Shadow was completely very happy and very, very, very quietly satisfied with this. On the 1st of September, Master Shadow attended a meeting of the members of the Order of the Five in an ancient, powerful crystal dark temple, where the Goddess of Life exactly was able to know that everything else is quietly in order, that their plans are quietly set in motion, and that nothing else can exactly disturb everything else that's exactly taken place or anything else ever before, meaning that everything else is quietly in order the way it's intended to be. Elderly Granny exactly stepped in from the shadows and exactly reassured the members of the Order of the Five that everything else is quietly in place, and that everything else is quietly set in motion, and that the universal heroes would exactly be taken care of, and that they will completely be wiped out of the way. And also Red Knight and Golden Knight exactly will show the members of the Order of the Five that everything else is quietly in place and that their plans are ready to take fold. And that the game and that the games and Shadow Master exactly said that the games exactly begin and that the enemies exactly fight each other while they benefit from the war and by manipulating it and by controlling it in the process within the shadows. Despite this, guys, Master Shadow is very ruthless, very powerful, skilled, adaptable in hand-to-hand combat, swordsmanship, marksmanship, agility, and endurance. He's extremely immortal, very powerful, ancient criminal and ancient villain who has lived for many centuries and for many millennia. He is the original member of the Order of the Five, which is an ancient group of powerful supervillains that decides the fate of humanity and that wants to rule the known universe and the sacred world and the sacred world and the sacred universe in the process in order to further their own goals and their own plans. And Master Shadow is willing to do whatever it takes to make sure that the Order of the Five remains in sole control of the cosmos and of the universe as well. Even if it means by crippling the Shadow Empire's rule and control from the galaxy and from the rest of sacred existence. He's a powerful strategist, he's a very powerful super strategist and a tactician, forming alliances with other powerful criminals known as Golden Knight, the Goddess of Life, Dark Ren, Dark Druid, Dark Witch, Dark Ren, Dark Druid, Dark Faithful, Noten Knight, Michael Jackson, Noten Knight, Michael, and also Dark Light and Shadow Fox and the Goddess of Life as well, and also Dark Light and Ghost Boy and Dark Witch Girl, in order for them to further their resources for his ultimate goal, so that he can exactly become the powerful ruler of the entire sacred universe, and is willing to utilize his resources for the Order of the Five, so that they can exactly become the sole rulers of the cosmos and of the universe. He maintains the usual basis of the Order of the Five, where they can exactly speak privately and exactly begin to exactly convene and meet and discuss their plans, such as powerful crystal ancient temples, and as well as his central headquarters known as a shadowy island that exactly houses a fortress where you can exactly meditate from, and hold a video conference and speaking with the members of the Order of the Five in full secrecy. He's very skilled and adaptable in controlling and reappearing and disappearing at will. He's very adaptable with controlling his powers, his shadowy powers, and his ability. Very ruthless, very cruel, very smart, and very intelligent supervillain that's lived for many centuries and for many millennia. Not meant to be underestimated, guys. Not meant to be underestimated. He learns that not to underestimate the universal hero's ability in thwarting his operation and his plans, and he learns not to take them lightly or underestimate them. But he discovered that they can exactly be used as weapons and as pawns in order to further the Order of the Five's goals and agenda in conquering and enslaving the known universe and the sacred universe in that process as well, which he's willing to do just about that to make sure the Order of the Five are the sole rulers of the universe and of the sacred universe and of the sacred world in the process, even if it means wiping out the Four Nation Hunters by using the monsters of the Dark Dimension to wage war with them. He's the original member of the Order of the Five, and he's lived for many centuries, and he's a very powerful ancient villain, ruthless, cruel, intelligent, smart, manipulative, and very deceptive. Likes the thrill of battle, and he's very skilled in swordsmanship and in marksmanship, very adaptable and very intelligent. Well, that's it for today's episode, guys. I'll exactly see you tomorrow. I'll exactly see you tomorrow I'll exactly see you tomorrow, and have a great afternoon and evening. God bless you all. Bye.